Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. I feel like it's been 100 years since I filmed something proper. I filmed some kind of vloggy style stuff last week. Then I put all of the New York vlogs onto, all the footage onto my computer, and it basically maxed it out to the point where I had to buy an external hard drive before I could use the computer for anything else. It like took every ounce of everything from it. It's a lot. Anyway, I've been editing that vlog today. And I kind of just needed a little bit of a breather. It's been like 5 solid hours of editing holiday footage from a holiday I'm not on anymore. It gets you down a little bit, you know. And I thought, I'm going to put on some makeup. I'm going to do my hair. Funnily enough, while we were in, I've moved some things around. You may notice I'm a slightly different situation, isn't it always? Isn't it always? I'm always moving things around. But I'm kind of trying to remember where things are right now. Scattered. Come on, what were we talking about? I haven't done my hair in a hot minute because I took my curling tongs with me to New York. They did not heat up. They were definitely not dual voltage. Ella's straighteners worked while we were there, thankfully, but straight bob is not really the vibe I was going for. So that was, you know, unfortunate. So I thought today, let's put a bit of volume back into this hair and put some makeup on. This is also going to kind of serve as a bit of a favourites of the moment because the makeup that is in this makeup bag is just the stuff that I have been gravitating towards. Now, I might do something a little bit. I'll kind of cover the stuff that this is what I've been wearing every single time I do my makeup, which to be fair is not every day. But also I'm going to kind of go over the stuff that I've been reaching for when I want to have a little bit more fun with it as well. So first of all, well, I mean, this has just been like a standard favourite for so long at this point. Do I need to mention it? The Pixi Vitamin C Priming Oil. I have had this sent to me. I have purchased this with my own money. I really, really like this. If you have a problem with... Now this... There's a lot of talk at the moment, and it's very useful talk because I didn't know about the whole... You're the first people I've spoken to today, and it's 2:30 in the afternoon. I think I've gone into like an editing haze. You know, all of the content on like Instagram and TikTok and stuff at the moment, or over the past probably 12 months or so, where people are talking about the primers and the base products that don't go well together because they're either oil or silicone or whatever based. That is such interesting content. That is the content that we need. That is useful information. So things that do not mesh well together, and that makes a lot of sense for people like me who have always avoided putting on like primers. For a long time I avoided SPF, anything underneath my makeup, because it just always separated. It didn't look right, because obviously I was gravitating towards specific kind of foundation products, and then I was gravitating towards different products for my base because I wanted something different. Anyway, this I've never had a problem with, possibly because it just happens to always go with, you know, they mesh well, they're friends, happens to always go well with the things that I use as my base. I think that's why I fell in love with that oil, because it just didn't... I've never liked silicone primers, ever. I don't like the feel of them. I don't really think that they do, for me, what they do for other people. And then I just must use the most unfriendly foundations and concealers and other products on top of silicones, maybe oily type products. I don't know. But I'm just telling you, I love that priming oil quite a bit. I've also been using this NARS, I think pretty much consistently since I purchased this. I have used this. I don't think I've kind of even been tempted to use anything else. I'm really, really happy with it. Someone told me that, I want to say Lacura, is that the Aldi brand, I think it is, have a tinted moisturiser at the moment that she thought might be a dupe. I will see if I can get my hands on it and I'll let you know. But even as expensive as this is, and it is, I am wholeheartedly recommending it just because I just love it. I just think that it sits so nicely on my skin. It still makes my skin look like skin. It does offer something. I don't think this is the same in every country, but the NARS tinted moisturiser does offer something in terms of SPF coverage. I know in the UK. I think it does in the US, but I feel like maybe like Canada doesn't. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. I mentioned this in a previous vlog and someone said that it was to do with their rules and regulations. I'm sure it is, but I really would have thought that the UK would have had more in common in terms of like restrictions for cosmetics and skincare products than the US would. So interesting. Right, so not those things. The oil did not come with me on holiday, and let me tell you, I missed it. But the NARS, that was in my makeup bag that's kind of been around the house recently. This office has been such a mess, I didn't even want to come into it. I cleaned it up yesterday, and now here we are. But I've had kind of like a little makeup bag around the house, and this was in there. This was in there. This brow pencil from NYX was in there, which I'm just going to do, not my whole brow, but just the arches. The bit that needs the most help, and also the bit that needs covering up the most from my adventures microblading. I saw a video on Instagram the other day that was someone having her microblading removed and not sold, not even a little bit. It looked painful and not nice as it was being removed. I'm actually really considering some tattoo removal at the moment. If you've been following along with my recent tattoos, I've been quite into these fine line tattoos, which are absolutely amazing. And honestly, if I'd discovered them as a teenager, I think I'd be covered. Okay, I did do my full brow. Got carried away. If I discovered these as a teenager, I would be covered in tattoos. This is what a normal tattoo looks like on me. And then this is a fine line tattoo. Amazing, amazing. Wish I could have all of my tattoos removed and redone fine. That's not a thing, because I scar pretty badly. All my tattoos are raised, but there are some tattoos that I would like to remove. Unfortunately, some of them are matching tattoos with Lee, so I'd like to have them redone. But that one I'd like to have removed and redone. This one I'd like to have removed and redone. This is like practically new. This is like 2 years old. You just can't have normal tattoos. And then this one, which I've never really liked. It's never really bothered me, but I've never really liked it. And I thought, well, if I'm gonna go and have some tattoos removed, why not? Why not? So I am really seriously looking into that. A lot more seriously than I am into looking into removing my microblading. I just, it's not the best, but I don't hate the microblading enough to go through what this looked like you would go through. It just did not look like a fun time. This is not staying together. Ah! Okay. Do you know what? This is not great. This came free with a Boots order of multiple NYX things, right? It's one of those, I can't think of the name. I couldn't think of the name before and I can't think of it now. But like a drawstring. It's one of those drawstring makeup bags. But the problem with it is there's no like hold. So like I opened it up and it just goes fully flat. That's a problem. I'm starting to wonder if maybe that's why it was free. So if it's still in here, I just got it out. Okay. Just going to put that on the floor with all the rest of the makeup. So Gen C, just before I went away, sent me a bunch of these, what are they called? Liquid eyeshadows. There's a mixed media, and I've got a matte and a metallic. I've got a couple of these different shades. This one I used a ton while we were away. I am obsessed. So Gen C sent me a couple of things in the past, and they were really out there colours. And much as I liked the formulas, I was just never really going to use them that much. But this, oh my goodness. So this I used as my eyeshadow a ton while I was away. I'll show you it in action now. I just was so enamoured of it, honestly. Right, I'm going to need, I'll use this one. I'm just going to say I'm going to need a brush to apply this with. They apply so nicely. They build nicely. They blend. And the matte ones particularly, I just really, really like. It's a very unusual formula. I like the idea of a cream or a liquid shadow, but I've had so little luck with them. And these are so nice. I will say I tried the metallic one a couple of times while I was away and I didn't love it as much. But I think maybe I just need a little bit of time with it. Whereas that one, oh, I love it. Like sheared out like that, or worn quite bold, as I did quite a lot. Really, really into it. In terms of bronzer, let's see what I can find on the floor. In terms of bronzer, I was using most of the time this was in my little makeup bag that's been hanging around the house. I was using most of the time this. I feel like I'm just, stop throwing things on the floor. I feel like I'm just showing you the same stuff all the time. This is what puts me off filming beauty content these days, is I am not branching out into a ton of new stuff. Quite a while ago, you may remember, I took myself off. Like when I told some brands didn't want to receive PR stuff anymore, or, oh my goodness, that's a lot, or I declined when they contacted me. So it tends to be that either someone has to send me something unsolicited, or if they contact me and it was something that I was going to purchase anyway, then I'll say yes these days. And because of that, I'm not trying a load of new stuff like by accident like I used to, and I'm not going out of my way to buy and try a load of new stuff because I'm just not that excited about new all the time. And so when I do come to make these videos, and I feel like I am repeating myself even in saying this, it just feel like it's going to be so samey. I'm not a makeup reviewer as I once was, because I'm not in the game. I'm not like in it, not trying all the things. I can't tell you, well, like someone said the other day, there's a new, I can't even remember what it was, but there was a new product or a new foundation, and she was hoping that I would review it because she was hoping it was going to be a replacement for something else. And I just thought, I feel, this sounds stupid, and I know this isn't true, but I kind of feel like I'm letting the people who followed me for that reason down, because I'm not doing that anymore. That's just not, that's not what I'm doing anymore, you know? But at the same time, I feel really good about that. I feel okay about the fact that I'm not buying new stuff and I'm not like new all the time. It's too much. It's too much for one person's face to try. It's too much for my lifestyle, and I don't want to be always talking about new. Because sometimes you find stuff and it works and it's really good. I do need to do a big declutter. I have quite a few drawers of stuff, and I'd like to condense that. I started with my lipsticks, and then I kind of lost steam a little bit. And then we were going on holiday, and that kind of took over my mind. But I would really like to get kind of back into that and go through everything, maybe start swatching through everything. I'd like to get rid of a lot of stuff, and I'd like to just be more aware of the things that I do have, because it's just too much. And with that in mind, I don't want to bring in more. So I am sorry for those of you who followed me for that reason, and maybe I'm just not giving it to you anymore. I'm afraid I'm not doing what I told you I was going to do. But it is what it is. Right, where's my eyeliner gone? Because I think it was here a minute ago. Oh, it's here. It's here. Yeah, this is not my favourite. I think I'm going to be putting this in the back of the cupboard after this. I mean, I'm sitting at my desk in front of a huge makeup drawer that's just full of stuff. I should be able to just kind of quickly do my makeup without having to have a huge drawstring bag on my knee. I'm so disorganised. It's not great. So yeah, that Gen C I wanted to talk about specifically because that is new. Although it was sent to me. Hashtag PR ad, not sponsored but sponsored. And that is new. I did want to mention that for that reason. Oh my goodness. Stay where I've put you. I feel like I need another pair of hands. Or just, you know, to be more organised. That'd probably work, wouldn't it? So as I was saying earlier, I have not been able to really film anything because I had no space on my computer to be able to do anything. I now can't do anything on my laptop. So I have to do everything on my big computer, and my big computer was just like, no, full. No more room at the end for you. So that's that. I also found this again recently. I don't know. I think I got this in, you know, the Next beauty box thing. I don't know if you've ever done this before, but it's such a good deal and you absolutely should. I have done it a couple of times and I got, oh my goodness. Let me just get anything I need out of here because everything is falling all over the place. And I'm gonna, do I need anything? I'll get that brush out. Maybe that brush to be safe. Maybe an extra bronzer. Why not? Why the heck not? I don't think there's anything else. But I do need, here it is. I was gonna say, I do need a powder. Yeah, Ella got one as well. And it was such a good deal. And every time we go through Next, because it's kind of on the way out of Meadowhall for us, I just check to see what they've got. It's 5 items and I want to say it's £15. Sometimes it's a better deal than others. You can't have more than one of the same item because sometimes there's like, oh, that's a really good deal and 5 of that item. It wouldn't make sense for them to do that. But one of the times I got a Nuxe oil. It was like a body oil. Smells absolutely amazing. I'm not into rose, but this smells so great. And it was like a dry facial body hair oil. Quite small, but I'm still using it and I feel like it's going to last me for my entire life at this rate. So I got that. That was the thing that drew me in. There were a couple of other things and then this. And those two things alone, I was like, this is a really, really good deal. This is the Nude Stix Lip and Cheek Pencil in Mystic. Do you know what's really interesting? The fact that it is Mystic. I was looking the other day thinking, I really, really want to try some more stuff from Nude Stix. If anyone wants to recommend anything, please do. And Mystic was one of the colours that was coming up. Wouldn't it have been funny if I bought like a big version, like a chunky, chubby stick of this exact thing that I already had? That would have been hilarious, but it would also have been very on brand for me. I wanted a highlight, is what I wanted. This is a well-used half, this Fenty Beauty. I remember talking about this last year and being like, oh, I love this. I've had it for years. I think I bought it like, it's probably too old. I think I bought it like the day it was released, the day Fenty came out. I think I was in Liverpool and it was out in Harvey Nichols and I was really excited. And I did like this full highlighter-y look last year when I was trying to find my makeup mojo again. And I remember saying, this is amazing, absolutely magic. And I shared a video of like how glowy it was. And someone basically said I was too old for that makeup look. And it really tickled me because I think the reason for that is so few people, this is the Maybelline Fit Me translucent powder. It's magic. It's so nice. Really, really fine powder. And for the money, I just don't think you can get a better one than this. I think it's because so few people show their real skin texture. I was on, I want to say it was Threads, weirdly, the other day, and I saw someone, and I see this all the time. It's women, always women, obviously, but it is women who are selling skincare products, usually some kind of MLM situation, but they are selling skincare products under the guise of, I'm in my 50s and look how fantastic I look. And they look like cartoon characters. They are not even slightly the texture of human skin. It's bananas. Totally bananas. Also, I am slightly losing my voice. I'm on year 3 of saying, it's weird because I don't get hay fever. And I've come to the conclusion that actually I think I do just get hay fever now. Because there's no other explanation. I thought I was getting a cold and that was like 2 weeks ago. And now I'm losing my voice and I just think it's hay fever. I just bought these new lash curlers from Amazon. They were steel. The black and white ones for some reason were so much cheaper than the silver. They're exactly the same. My other ones, these are Tweezermen ones. Tweezermen. I don't know. Sounds like a surname. Don't think it is. I bought them on Amazon because my other ones broke while we were in New York. They just kind of like fell apart. Overused, clearly. So as I was saying, I think that the reason that person said that was that we are just not used to seeing real skin. People, it's got to the point now where people don't even know. Like, older women, like women in the 30s, 40s and beyond. I say, you know, I get old, no one likes that term, but what I'm saying is like women who should know better, women who are old enough to know better. And you could, like, that could be a woman of any age, really, but I'm just, you know, we should know better. And I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of, maybe it's because I am chronically online, as they would say. But I am very, very aware of the manipulation of images. And it feels like some people see stuff online and they're just like, yeah, that's what that is. That's what they look like. No, it's not. It's really super not. And it's very dangerous because it really messes with our perception of, not just perception of beauty, but perception of like reality. It's crazy. I have been editing all day, seeing my face, and I have been thinking, God, you know, this face is falling into the sea. It feels like it's like, my face feels like it's just collapsing. And I know, you know, that's not true, and let's be reasonable, and my logical mind doesn't want to have anything done and whatever, but you see these filtered faces, I mean, we're not even talking about people who've had treatments, but filtered faces. So like even in real life, their face doesn't look like that. And you really start to see your own face differently. It's not great. It's not healthy. And yeah, it did really tickle me when that person was like, you're too old. Like, some things you're too old for. And I thought, geez. At that time, I think I was 37. I'm like, at 37, if we have to stop wearing a certain makeup trend at 37, then God help us, really. It's makeup. It's makeup trash. It's just makeup. Also, I'm not sold on this. This is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. And I realised after the fact from you guys messaging me that I thought I was buying the, I don't remember what it's called, but you know what I mean. It's like a glue. It's the different one. There's another one from Anastasia that's like, I want to say brow set, but it's not that. I can't remember what it's called, but it's a different product, and that's what I thought I was buying. So I was like expecting it to be wow, and it was not wow. It was not wow at all. It's just a regular brow gel, and I was really glad that I'd bought the small size. Right, so just to kind of I'm going to do a little, shall I? Yes, I shall. I'm going to do a bit of this as well. This butter bronzer I have been reaching for again. I probably would have done this instead of doing the highlight because it's very glowy in and of itself and not quite as frosty as the one from Fenty, plus, you know, a ton cheaper. I do really, really like this. So just to kind of give you a little rundown of the things that I have been kind of reaching for, both as like basics, using them all the time, and these are the ones for fun. So let's put them in categories, shall we? We shall. First of all, where did it go? The Gen C. This was the new thing that was exciting that I wanted to mention, but I am not being paid to talk about, but was gifted to me. This is called Melon. It is their mixed media matte liquid shadow. That was an exciting thing. It was something I was playing with, but it is something that I have been actually using quite a lot. So even when I've been doing kind of like bare minimum makeup, I have kind of been reaching for that, which is weird. I'm looking for my eyeliner. It escapes me constantly. But you know I had it. You saw it in my hand. Where'd it go? I don't know either. But that was one from Physicians Formula. It was actually a set of 3. I think there was like a matte, a satin, and a shimmer. All the same colour. Brilliant. I'm never going to run out of it because I've got 3 of them, and I prefer the satin one of them all, but I don't know which one I use today. Not a clue. I just pull out whichever is available. And if I run out, I will buy those again because I think they're really, really good. So yeah. There's that. That's in my everyday, almost every time I do my makeup, I use that. The NARS, this is the Pure Radiant Tinted Moisturiser, and the colour is Terre Neuve Light 0. So I believe this is the lightest shade, which is just craziness, isn't it? If I'm the lightest shade, some people will not be able to find a shade in that. The Lancome Lash Idole, I was sent this. and I will scent this again. I think I'm probably ready to repurchase at this point. I think it's kind of drying out. It lasts such a long time. I say repurchase. It will be purchased for the first time if we're being full disclosure, purchased for the first time. But it lasts such a long time that when originally I got it, and I've said this before, I know, but I was like, I'm going to go back to my Lash Sensational. Lash Sensational from Maybelline is my very favourite. I love it so much. I used to use that combined with the Lash Sensational primer, which has changed now. It's not the same. It's just not the same. And that was my favourite mascara combination. And when I got this, I was like, oh, I don't usually like high-end mascaras to begin with. But I definitely don't like them as much as ones that I love. And I really, really liked this one. So I used it for a little while thinking, well, when it runs out, I'll get the Maybelline one again, which I told you. And then it was like 9 months down the line and I was still using it. And I said, no, I'm going to buy this again because it's never clumped. It's never transferred. It's lasted so long, 100%. So I am converted to this now. I'm never looking for a new mascara ever. I would never have found this on my own because I'm not prepared to spend whatever this is, like 25, 30 pounds on like a what if I don't like it. If this is going to last me 9 months, I'm happy to pay 25 pounds for it, you know. But it was originally sent to me. That's how I found it. Obviously not using it every day, but it is in my kind of basic kit of these are things that I'm using quite a lot. And that's the Beauty Pie Quick Colour Contour Supergel in Light. Again, it must be in, I must have left some things in this bag because I don't think I have the blush here that I was using either. I don't. And look at that. Oh no, that's not what I thought it was. No, still the eyeliner evades me. Where did it go? Where did it go? I spend my life looking for things that I'm so... Oh! What's that? I was going to say, spend my life looking for things that I know are in front of me and I just can't see. Wouldn't you know? Okay, so the other thing was the super cheap Fresh Faced from Beauty Pie as well. This is, again, something that I reach for quite... It's just so quick. Just a little dab of something, a little bit of... Just so quick. I feel like these are products that I just constantly mention. Like, if you look at a favourites from 12 months ago, it's probably the same products, and I apologise. And then, obviously, the eyeliner. As previously mentioned, the other thing that is in my bag all the time, and not only will I run out and repurchase it as soon as it runs out, but I think I'm going to order another one soon because I'm getting a bit nervous that I've had this for a while. This is the Micro Brow Pencil in Taupe from NYX. I did recently purchase the Anastasia Dip Brow in Soft Brown. I think it's too dark for me, first of all, which is annoying because I really tried to err on the side of caution. It's not like it's really dark, but I think it is too dark for me. But I want to play around with that a little bit more because it was expensive and I think it just needs a little bit of practice more than anything. So what I have been using when I do kind of just a little bit of tinted moisturiser and mascara and brows, because I'll just a little bit on the brows, is this. Almost every single day that I put on makeup, I've been using this. I didn't use it today because honestly I'm getting a bit sick of it because it's the only thing that I've been using. I had been swiping this directly on my cheek, but since I've been in the sun, even with SPF, I have noticed that my pigmentation is a little bit darker at the moment, and I feel like that is misplacing my foundation, and it's kind of making the pigmentation look a little bit, you know, if I'm going to go to the trouble of putting on a tinted moisturiser or adding coverage to try and even out my skin, I don't then want to mess that up by doing that. So what I do instead is I will take a brush, not this, but for example, use that and then put it onto my skin like that, instead of wiping it directly on, which I do like the ease of that, but just at the moment because of the pigmentation situation, that's why I'm not doing that. The other bronzer that I have been quite enjoying and is really nice is just a very easy, it's not, I mean, it's not too dark. You can see even there, it's not too dark. The shade is, I don't know, I'm sure there are different ones. This says bronzer. It's the Maru Butter Bronzer. And I'm certain there are different shades, so maybe this is just called bronzer. I don't know. But it's got like a real, it's kind of like a sheen, you know, like the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powders. Similar kind of vibe. That's what these butter products from Physicians Formula are like. The blushes and stuff are the same. It's that kind of just a glow. Like a finely milled powder glow. It's beautiful. So I've been really into that again recently. I have been using the Fenty Beauty So we'll put that in the pile. I can't run out of memory. There's 2 shades in here. There's Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I don't think you can get them individually, but it's the Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter. And I think it's Lightning Dust, the one that I like the most. And again, it's got that like more of a sheeny. That's much more frosty, and that's more of a sheen and more flattering for someone of my advanced age. A more flattering highlight. I'm sure you will agree. The clear brow gel, it is in my stuff. I have been using it every time I do my brows, so I suppose we'll include it, but it's not really a favourite. I've just been using it because I have it. I'm going to be replacing it with the thing I thought I was buying soon. And then, of course, although it's a tool and not a product as such, I love this so much I replaced it as soon as it broke. And I quite like this one, you know. Quite like that it's a different, it's got like a, whatever this is called, like a powder coated. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. And then finally, the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder, which I've gone back to recently. Really enjoying. I'm going to just put on, I don't know, you know. I was going to do the Nude Stix, but now I feel like it might be too much. I am going to pick Milo up and I'm going to take him to boxing. I'm just going to sit in a hot car and play on my Switch while I wait for him to finish his fitness class. Let me take my rollers out first while I make this decision. While I make this important decision. I'm looking for, here we go. I keep my rollers in a shoe dust bag. Would recommend. Yeah, I feel like it might be a bit much to do like a real in-your-face lip. Maybe. I mean, no one's going to see me. But I'm going to feel very melty. So maybe I'll do something lighter. Tell you what, I am kind of getting back into glosses. It's the whole thing of that Hourglass glossy balm thing really just kind of took me in that direction. I was like, do you know what I used to love? A lip gloss. What happened? Oh, and then they don't stick on anything, and I don't find them on my cardigan in the washing machine. I love a bit of volume. I've missed you, voluminous Bob. I have felt so well, both in terms of hair and makeup, and like within myself, I have felt very flat recently. And sometimes you just need, I mean, that's very Karen. I can see why Ella says I shouldn't do the side part. Maybe I should stick to the middle. I don't know. It's kind of growing out to become a bit of a Karen Bob. It is. But also kind of like a 90s like Michelle Pfeiffer? Could it be? Do I dare to dream? I don't know. But I'm enjoying it. It's so much easier. So much easier. And when I do style it, it's so much easier to style as well. But even when I don't. Right, I'm going to try this. This, because I feel like it will go with my jumper. It's the Crushed Lip Colour from Bobbi Brown in Angel. I used to wear these all the time. Oh, it goes nicely with the eye. I feel like it's like a nice medium between the like warm eye and the like pinkish. Is it an accidental match for my jumper? This jumper, by the way, because someone will ask, is from the men's section at Zara. And I got it from Tinted. I wanted it originally. I think it was like $29.99, and I was like, I can't do that for a sweatshirt. Isn't it weird where we draw the line? I would definitely spend £30 on a lipstick. And I'm like, oh, $29.99 for a sweatshirt. Swear I draw the line. I'll buy it on Tinted in 2 years, and that's what I did. So yeah, I really enjoying this sweatshirt. I'm wearing it a lot. I don't know if you've noticed. If you've seen it at any of me recently, I've been wearing it a lot. It's been a month. It has. It's been quite a time recently. Could I do that maybe? I've been playing around with like, what do I do with my hair? And the problem with a bob is it's either a bit kiddie or a bit too middle-aged. And I'm, at the moment, now it's not like a short bob. As it's growing out a little bit, I'm kind of in that, what do I do with it stage. Like once upon a time, this was very in, like a isometric, thinking Posh Spice. Doesn't feel in now. That doesn't feel in anymore. But I still am always that Michelle Pfeiffer bob. Michelle Pfeiffer in One Fine Day. She is goals. First of all, I'm probably nearly late to pick up Milo. I've got a minute. Let's Google Michelle Pfeiffer in One Fine Day. Let's see exactly what she was doing with her hair. I think it was super short. But maybe not. That was my favourite movie for the longest time. Michelle Pfeiffer. Forgot to Google the One Fine Day part. Oh, that's the first thing that comes up, One Fine Day hair. No, it's quite a bit longer. Ooh, okay. It was more of like a Rachel cut. So she's got it kind of, it's going down her neck and then it's shorter here. Okay. I'll show you a picture. What a vibe she was. What a babe Michelle Pfeiffer is in general. But also, side part. It's a side part. What if I did like middle for the rest? Because this is how you get the volume, isn't it? It's why we love the zigzag parting back in the day. But like side. Oh, it's very, can I speak to the manager? No. No. We'll stay in the middle. We'll stay in the middle. Okay. Well, watch this space. I'm playing around with some styles. If I find anything revolutionary, which I won't, but if I find anything that I feel like is just so easy, just too easy not to share, then I will. I'll do a video. A couple of people were like, will you do styling videos? I'm like, not really a hairstylist. I don't know if you've seen my hair recently, but I had it all cut off because I didn't want to brush it. So I'm not sure if I am the person you're looking for that. But yeah, anyway, I feel like this has been just kind of a bit of a mishmash catch up. So hopefully you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed talking to someone, having been sitting in this room for hours and hours and hours editing the New York vlog. I don't even know if it's ready yet. I'm going to have to do one final watch through when I get back later, and we'll see. But yeah, hopefully by the time it's up, you enjoy it. It's just going to be one long vlog. It's going to possibly be the longest vlog I've ever posted. We'll see. But yeah, thanks in advance for watching that. That took me a day of my life. And for watching this. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!